previous class we talked about constructism. Constructism means we construct knowledge. We construct knowledge, that's good, but what are the ways we construct knowledge? That is our concern. In that case, constructism is of two kinds, okay? And in our previous class we have got, that is individual cognitive constructism, and that was developed by Jean Piaget, and he also coined the term that is radical constructism. Radical constructism, what it is? It is that we construct knowledge from our age. We grow in our age, and naturally we learn and construct knowledge. That was the idea of Jean Piaget. Opposite to Jean Piaget, another psychologist, his name is Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky admitted that we construct knowledge, but Lev Vygotsky's concern was on different field. Jean Piaget said that we construct knowledge, we grow up, and in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years we construct knowledge. That is Jean Piaget's idea. But Lev Vygotski's idea was different from Jean Piaget. He said no, actually we construct knowledge not for the contribution of our age. We construct knowledge for other two factors. That is, what are the two factors? He said that social factors and also the cultural factors. Social factors and cultural factors. So Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky both admitted that we construct knowledge, but in which way we construct knowledge, that is the point of their differences. Jean Piaget said that we grow up, and naturally at the age of our growing age we learn so many things. That means age is important in Jean Piaget. I asked the question, that is in Jean Piaget's name, that is we have said age. So age and grow up, or the mind is important for Jean Piaget. But in case of Lev Vygotsky, he said that apart from the age we have two other factors. What are the factors? That is the social factors and cultural factors. And the social factors is called social constructivism, and cultural factors that help us to construct our knowledge, that is called cultural constructivism. Through culture we learn something, that is that is cultural constructivism. And what we learn from social factors, that is social constructivism. So the core idea is for Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky the same. What is that? We construct knowledge and we produce knowledge. We construct knowledge and we produce knowledge. But in which way we construct knowledge? Jean Piaget said for the contribution of our age, but Lev Vygotsky says for the contribution of social factors and cultural factors. Clear? Okay. So who is that Lev Vygotsky? Lev Vygotsky's social cultural theory, that means social constructivism and cultural constructivism. So this theory is called social theory and cultural theory, and both theories, two theories were coined by Lev Vygotsky. So social and cultural theory is a theory of human development based on the work of Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky. Some pronounce in some Vygotsky. Some will pronounce Vygotsky. So Vygotsky is a common pronunciation that you can pronounce. That is Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky is a Russian psychologist, and he admitted that we construct knowledge into different ways for the contribution of social factors. What are the social factors? That means you are attending classes. That is also the social factors. You are talking to your friends who know much more than you, a bit more. So you can learn from your friend. You can learn from your parents. So in that case, in social constructivism, your teacher, your more knowledgeable friend, and your more knowledgeable parents, and the more knowledgeable other thing can help you to construct the knowledge of language. That is called social constructivism. And cultural constructivism, through the cultural process, what we will learn. That is. So Vygotsky theorized that human learning including second language acquisition. So what is the relationship between Vygotsky's theory of social and cultural constructivism and that of second language acquisition? The relation is that he said that including second language acquisition depends on other humans. So we construct knowledge. But we can't construct knowledge in isolation. আমরা একা একা বসে থেকে চিন্তা করে ধ্যান করে আমরা আমাদের নলেজ ডেভেলপ করতে পারবো না, আমরা করতে পারবো না। নট, এটা আমার কথা না, কার কথা? লেভ ভাইগোটস্কি। So Lev Vygotsky said that yes, we construct knowledge, that's okay. But in which way? With the help of other humans. Who are the other humans? I said that your teacher, your more knowledgeable friend, your more knowledgeable peers, your more knowledgeable parents, someone else. So he is in that position, that is we learn, we construct knowledge only with the help of other humans. That is the social constructivism. Human thinking is meditated by culturally organized and transmitted symbolic meaning. So Landorf, who supported Vygotsky with that comment, that is actually the thinking, human thinking, we are able to think, and human being is the noblest creation and the supreme creation of Almighty, because we have mind, and through the mind we can think something and we can create something, we can innovate, we can create some innovative thing. That is the thinking process, and that human thinking is done, organized and transmitted with the symbolic meaning. So what you will learn from your friend, teachers, that would be meditated in human mind, and you will construct the knowledge. So if you do not talk to your friends, if you do not talk to your teachers, if you do not talk to your parents, then your human thinking capability will remain aloof. Apnar brain ache, she brain ta unused brain. Lev Vygotsky said that actually your brain thinking capability will be instigated when you will be contacting to other humans. At a matchbox is jalate hobe. So this matchbox, that means the human brain, that human brain will be instigated, will be meditated after getting a symbol. What are the symbol that you are getting from other knowledgeable peers, other knowledgeable person, more knowledgeable person. What I have said that okay, everyone will have some thinking capability. আমাদের প্রত্যেকেরই একটা thinking capability আছে না? আমরা হয়তো জানি সেন্টেন্স স্ট্রাকচার, আমরা হয়তো জানি পেয়ার্স অফ ওয়ার্ড, অ্যান্টোনিম, সিনোনিম, এগুলো সম্পর্কে হয়তো আমাদের আইডিয়া আছে। এই যে আমাদের একটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড, এই স্ট্যান্ডার্ড থেকে বড় কিছু যখন আপনি শিখতে যাচ্ছেন, something more, that means you want to know the structure of the abstract of an article, you want to know more things relating any knowledge. Okay, so you are contacting, আপনি ড্রাইভিং শিখতে গেলে একটু মোর নলেজেবল পারসনের সাথে যোগাযোগ করবেন, কিন্তু আপনি তো ড্রাইভিং জানেন কোনটুক জানেন, that means you know that if you pull the structure in such a way the car will go right direction, if you pull the steering in such a way that will go the left direction. That is your knowledge. So everybody will have a knowledge, standard knowledge. Okay, but if you want to learn more, Lev Vygotsky said you have to contact with others. In case of driving, the driving instructor. In case of motorcycle driving, the driving instructor. In case of language learning, more knowledgeable peers. Clear? Okay. So next time, people use physical and symbolic tools which we learn from other people. So people use physical and symbolic tools at the time of learning something, that is physical tools and the symbolic tools at the time of getting some things from the more knowledgeable peer. It might be your teachers, it might be something else. So you get physical and symbolic tools from your teacher or parents, and then you try to meditate and you will be learning the things. So language is one of the tools. So people use physical and symbolic tools. What are the tools? The language is one kind of tool you use to meditate with ourselves and the world. So after getting a new thing about language, you will try to meditate. আপনারা ভাষা শেখার ক্ষেত্রে নতুন যখন একটা টেকনিক বা নতুন যখন একটা ফরম্যাট শিখবেন, সেটা নিয়ে আপনার মাইন্ড কি চিন্তা করবে কারণ your human brain will have the capacity of thinking only, and that thinking process will be meditated, will be activated if you will get instigation. And what is the instigation? That you will get from the social interaction and from the cultural interaction. So from social instruction and the cultural interaction, your human thinking power will be instigated and you will be thinking more. And you will construct knowledge of language, knowledge of driving, knowledge of cooking, knowledge of sleeping. Knowledge of sleeping এর কোনো knowledge আছে নাকি? আচ্ছা. Okay, so every knowledge you will be learning with the things. So language learning happens. In case of SLA, language learning happens when we work with others. But what did Jean Piaget said? Jean Piaget said there are several stages of development. Through the age, in the 2 years, in the 6 years, in the 8 years, in the 10 years, you will be growing up, and it is a natural process. He said the contribution of gene, that means the human cell. And also next time we have said that gradually we will be growing up and we will be learning the language. That was the idea of Jean Piaget. But that means Lev Vygotsky said, actually we learn and construct our knowledge only with the help of other human beings. Who are the other human beings? Who know a little bit more or much more than you. So language learning happens when we work with others. It would be second language, foreign language learning. Who will be the others? That means you can contact with the language instructor, you can contact with your teachers, you can contact with your friends who know more. So language learning happens and only happens when you will be working with others, more knowledgeable peers, to build your own existing knowledge. What I have said, that means you know the basic requirements of driving. So you know the basic requirements of a language learning, that you know the structure of a sentence, you know the alphabet. That is, so if you want to learn French language, you know the alphabet of French language. That is your basic knowledge, and that basic knowledge will be increased when you will be talking to others. আপনি যেটা জানেন একটা ফরাসি ভাষা শিখতে গেলে you know the alphabet and the little word meaning. Okay, so whenever you will be contacting others, you will be know more than your existing knowledge. That means every human being will have a knowledge, existing knowledge regarding anything. ভাষার ক্ষেত্রে, কুকিং এর ক্ষেত্রে, সব ক্ষেত্রে আপনার একটা নির্দিষ্ট একটা জ্ঞান আছে, এবং এই জ্ঞানটাকে যখন আপনি বাড়াতে যাবেন, then what you have to do, that you have to contact with others. And what are the others? That is the social perspectives or in the cultural perspectives. And to build your own existing knowledge and stretch just a little further. That means if you would know the alphabet, then you will be know the structure of a sentence. Little further, and then you can go on your own way. That you can go on your, after getting help from the more knowledgeable peers, that might be your friends, your teachers, or someone else, you will trying to go forward for language learning. And for this reason, Jean Piaget coined a term. That term is very important in case of Lev Vygotsky's term, that is social constructivism. that is called zone of proximal development. Zone of proximal development, and another one is scaffolding. Scaffolding. Though Vygotsky never called this term. So these two terms, zone of proximal development, that is ZPD, and the scaffolding, these two terms, Vygotsky never called it. But this two term is used in case of Lev Vygotsky's social and cultural constructivism. So that would be the idea will be clear. What is ZPD and what is scaffolding? Inside the ZPD, imitation. ZPD means zone of proximal development. That is what I have said. You know, the common knowledge, a standard knowledge of anything. আপনার যেটুকু আপনি জানেন ভাষার ক্ষেত্রে, আপনি ভাষা শেখার ক্ষেত্রে আপনি জানেন সেন্টেন্সের স্ট্রাকচার, আপনি জানেন ভোকাবুলারি, আপনি জানেন অ্যান্টোনিম সিনোনিম, ওকে। সো আপনার যেই নলেজটা, সেই নলেজের যে স্ট্যান্ডার্ডটা, সেটাকে বলা হচ্ছে জেডপিডি, জোন অফ প্রক্সিমাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট। দেন এটাকে আপনি যদি বাড়াতে চান তাহলে হচ্ছে কার সাহায্য লাগবে? টিচার or the more knowledgeable person, and that more knowledgeable person is the scaffolding. Okay, the idea would be clear if you go further. So with the help of zone of proximal development and scaffolding, Lev Vygotsky initiated and coined and prescribed his term, that is the social constructivism and cultural constructivism. That means that you get by with a little help from the people, and you can learn from and imitate. So imitate, after getting the instruction, language instruction, the teacher will say that yes, you know how to write, but if you want to speak, then you have to practice. That is the instruction you have got from your teachers. Then after getting the instruction, you will try to imitate that habit or that behavior. And through imitation, you will try to develop your zone of proximal development. আপনি আগে কি বলতে পারতেন? শুধু লিখতে পারতেন, কথা বলতে পারতেন না। আপনি ইনস্ট্রাকশন কি পারলেন? টিচার বললে যে হলো যে আপনাকে কি করতে হবে? প্র্যাকটিস করতে হবে। এভরি ডে 10 hours or 1 hour is speaking practice. That might be dialogue, that might be conversation or something else. So after getting that instruction, you will try to imitate, you will try to practice. Through imitation and practice, your zone of proximal development, আপনার সেটা কি ছিল? আপনি শুধু লিখতে পারতেন। যখন আপনি প্র্যাকটিস করবেন, যখন আপনি আরও বেশি এক্সারসাইজ করবেন, তখন আপনি যে লিখতে পারতেন, আস্তে আস্তে আপনার এই জোন অফ প্রক্সিমাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট সেটা ডেভেলপ করবে। পরবর্তীতে আপনি কি করছেন? আপনি বলতেও পারছেন। ওকে, সো দ্য জোন অফ প্রক্সিমাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট চেঞ্জেস every time, and whenever it will be changed, if you do not attend classes, if you do not talk to your friends, if you do not talk to the more knowledgeable peers, যে আপনার থেকে একটু বেশি জানে, তার সাথে যদি আপনি কথা না বলেন, তাহলে ইন কেস অফ লেভ ভাইগটস্কি, ইওর জোন অফ প্রক্সিমাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট, আপনি যেটুকু জানেন ওইটুকু জায়গায় থাকবে। কিন্তু যখন বাড়াতে চান, তাহলে কি করতে হবে? ইউ হ্যাভ টু গেট ইনস্ট্রাকশন ফ্রম দ্য মোর নলেজেবল পিয়ার্স, অ্যান্ড আফটার গেটিং ইনস্ট্রাকশন ইউ হ্যাভ টু ইমিটেট অর ইউ হ্যাভ টু প্র্যাকটিস। And the helper, that would be the scaffolding. So you internalize the ability or knowledge and can then perform independently of other. So after getting instruction, if you practice and imitate, then you will be able to produce that knowledge with your own, with the help of your meditation, because this is your brain. And if you practice gradually, your ZPD will be developed through meditation. And this is the process we learn second language. So if you apply such kind of technique in case of second language learning or second language acquisition, then that would be help. That means everyone knows a little bit about a language rules or phenomena, and that knowledge is called zone of proximal development, and that zone of proximal development will increase, enhance and development with the help of some more knowledgeable peers. And who are the more knowledgeable peers? The more knowledgeable peers is called scaffolding. We will try to give you more examples of scaffolding later on. So Vygotsky had a groundbreaking theory of language was the basis of learning in such a way. His points included the argument that language supports other activities such as reading and writing. In addition, he claimed that logic, reasoning, reflective thinking were all possible as a result of language. So what is reflecting? Logic, that means what you will be putting, logic. Reasoning, that means you can give logic in your own way. And also reflective thinking. Reflective thinking, that means after getting instruction, you will try to judge your ability. That is called reflective thinking. So reflective thinking, reasoning and logical application all will be improved if you contact with others, according to Lev Vygotsky's theory of social and cultural constructivism. So Vygotsky believed that the cognitive development was founded on social instruction. Again and again he said that yes, Lev Vygotsky didn't consider about that we will be growing is সবাই তো বড় হয় এক সময় বড় হয়ে কি সবাই সবকিছু করতে পারে, but Jean Piaget said that yes, gradually we will be developing and learning everything. But in opposite to Jean Piaget, Lev Vygotsky said actually we develop our knowledge only through the human interaction. According to Vygotsky, most of the children acquire in their understanding of the world is the product of collaboration with others. So social instruction, you can call it in a different term, that is the collaboration. If you collaborate with others, then your knowledge will be increased. If you can't collaborate, what I know, that is the best. Just like the Albert Einstein, আমি যেটাই জানি সেটাই সেরা, আপনি কারোর সাথে কথা বললেন না, তাহলে according to Lev Vygotsky, your ZPD will not be developed. That means what you know, that knowledge of language will not be developed. For the development of your language learning, you have to collaborate with others, you have to have social interaction. And in that case, what happened there? In that case, Vygotsky was the seminal Russian psychologist best known for his socio-cultural theory. He constructed the idea that the zone of proximal development, which are those tasks which are too difficult for a child to solve alone with the so how you can apply that application of socio-cultural theories. That is socio-cultural theory, that means social and cultural instruction will help you to construct your knowledge. সোশ্যাল অ্যান্ড কালচারাল কোলাবোরেশনের মাধ্যমে আপনার নলেজ বৃদ্ধি পাবে, সেটাকে বলা হচ্ছে সোশিও কালচারাল থিওরিজ। সো উই হ্যাভ আন্ডারস্টুড দ্য থিওরি, হাউ ইউ উইল বি অ্যাপ্লাইং দ্যাট থিওরি, হোয়াট ইজ দ্য সিগনিফিকেন্স অফ দ্য থিওরি। হিয়ার Lev Vygotsky comes up with another idea that is called mind and body are combined together. We know that stuff, that is, if you have a good mind, you will have no problem in your body. So there is a good linkage between physics and mind. শরীর এবং মনের সাথে একটা খুব ভালো সম্পর্ক থাকে। শরীর ভালো থাকলে যাই দেখবেন তাই ভালো লাগে, আর শরীর খারাপ থাকলে 5 স্টার হোটেলে নাস্তা করতে গেলেও আপনার ভালো লাগবে না। সো দ্যাট ইস্যুস অলসো ডিসকাসড বাই Lev Vygotsky, and he has said that there is a combination of mind and body, and that mind and body's combination is called praxis. That will come later on. Language does not happen in the mind. According to Jean Piaget, he said that yes, your mind, that means human brain, will have the capacity to produce knowledge and construct knowledge, and with the help of our mind we can learn language. That was Jean Piaget's idea. But in case of Vygotsky, he has said that no, language learning will not happen only with our brain, it happens in the real world. Real world, that means in the real world you will be contracting to others, knowledgeable peers, in social and cultural contraction, and in the social and cultural interaction and others, and include symbolic gesture and the tool like computers. Okay, symbolic gesture, that means what are the symbolic gesture? That means what you will get from the others in the culture. Naturally we see the V sign, that is the symbolic gesture, and the V sign you will not be understanding the V sign. Some show V sign in such a way, okay. That is, at the time of showing V sign, you have to put your thumb in front of the audience. এইভাবে V sign দেখাতে হবে। So V sign যদি আপনি আপনার কোনো সোশ্যাল ইন্টারাকশনে না যান, কারোর সাথে কথা বলেন, so what is the significance of V sign? What is the significance of shaking hands? What is the significance of eye contact? Such kind of symbolic gesture you will not be understood. You will be understood whenever you will have social interaction. Okay, so body and mind will be combined, and this theory and practice. So theory and practice. What is the theory? That is, the theory is that we construct knowledge, and the practice, that is the social and the cultural interaction. So the theory, the combination between theory and practice is called praxis. It's called praxis, and that is the very another term, that is the theoretical interpretation of Lev Vygotsky's theory, that is praxis. Theory and practice combined together with will be meaning, that is the practice. That means the body and the mind will be combined together. In the same way, theory and practice are combined together, and that combination is called praxis. Vygotsky argues that theory and practice must happen together in the actual classroom. Theory and practice. So if you know the theoretical perspectives, actually the theoretical thing you can learn from anywhere else. But without the classroom, without the practice, your theoretical knowledge will not be applicable. আপনি অনেক থিওরি জানেন, অনেক কিছুই জানেন, কিন্তু যখন আপনাকে বলতে হলো যে ইয়েস কিভাবে প্রেজেন্টেশন দিতে হয়, কিভাবে কথা বলতে হয়, কিভাবে আই কন্ট্যাক্ট করতে হয়, আপনি অনেক থিওরি জানেন, বাট আপনি কখনো প্র্যাকটিস করেন না। So আপনার theoretical knowledge will remain in your brain, and that would not be successful. And for this reason, theory will be successful through the classroom activities, and the classroom activities are called practice. So there is a deep linkage between theory and practice, and the linkage between theory and practice is called praxis. The worry of whether or not theory research applies in teaching is mitigated by the very nature of the praxis itself. So we have to know the theory, at the same time we have to do some practice. The research that tests the theory is practice. The research that tests the theory is practice, and the process that guides the practice is theory. So we know what is the theory. Theory, that is the hypothesis, the imagination, that is the theory. And practice, we know, that is the what we do in our real life, in the classroom or in other time of eating, sitting, meeting, gossiping. Yeah. So teaching and assessment combined, that is the dynamic assessment. Teacher must assess while teaching, because the students are constantly learning and changing their ZPD. Okay. So at the very beginning of the class, at the very beginning of the, suppose at the very beginning of this course, you wouldn't know the theory. That means the cultural theory, behaviorist theory, unitist theory. Okay, so you don't know. So that was the year ZPD, that you don't know. But through the gradual process, you have understood the theories. That means your ZPD was that before this course you don't know this theory. That was your ZPD. But after attending the classes, you are getting acquainted with behaviorist theory, unitist theory, and other theories. So day by day you are getting new idea, and so your ZPD is every time changing. Every time changing in case of learning, and it is common for every human being. If he is not remained in a locked room, যদি তাকে রুমে তালাবদ্ধ করে না রাখা হয়, তাহলে এটা আপনাদের ক্ষেত্রে না, সবার ক্ষেত্রেই তার জেডপিডি, যে নলেজটা জানে সেই নলেজটা ডেভেলপ হবে। And for this reason it is said that ZPD every time changes. Zone of proximal development, that means your knowledge every time changes. So every day, in every month, in every week, you are getting new experience, you are getting new social interaction, and after the getting social interaction and other interaction, your knowledge will be increased. And in Lev Vygotsky's speech, that is called your ZPD, that means your knowledge will be increasing and every time changes through the social interaction. If a student are constantly learning, but the assessment is not done, then it would be the worst of opportunity of instruction. So I have said reflective process. Okay, you can say, okay, actually I have done interaction, I have done other things, okay, but there is a process that you have to assess. So what was your position and what happened after attending so many social and cultural instruction? আপনি কতগুলো কাজ করেছেন এবং এই কতগুলো কাজ করার পরে আপনার নলেজটা কীভাবে ডেভেলপ হয়েছে, এটাকে আপনাকে নিজেকে আবার কী করতে হবে, রিফ্লেক্ট করতে হবে, যে আপনাকে জাজ করতে হবে যে আপনি কতটা শিখলেন। ওকে, আপনি স্টাডি ট্যুরে গেলেন হলো কক্সবাজার, সেই স্টাডি ট্যুরে গিয়ে আপনার নলেজের সাথে কী যুক্ত হলো। ওকে, So সেরকম আপনার social interaction, you have attended so many classes, and after attending so many classes you have to reflect your own thinking or learning process. আপনাকে নিজেকে প্রশ্ন করতে হবে যে আমার যে নলেজ এটা কি বাড়ছে কি না। যদি through the reflective process if you get the answer yes I have learned something, that means your ZPD has changes. Without the reflective process, without the assessment of yourself, it cannot be told that your ZPD has been changed. আপনার নলেজ বাড়ছে, আপনার এটা আপনি বলতে পারবেন না। Okay, so each student has a different and constantly changing ZPD. Each student, and I would say that every person, not a student. Of course, a student will be learning the things, academic things, and the other learner, that other person will be learning so many different things. Okay, causing a great deal of time and effort on the part of the meditator and the teachers to support the individual learners. So it would be later SLA theories like complexity theories, identity theories, socio-cognitive approach respond to the Vygotsky's theory of social instruction. And why such kind of, what is the basis of this theory? What happens? We have got another thing, that is the theory and practice, that would be the praxis, and another key points actually why human being can learn or produce knowledge with interaction. মানুষ কেন সোশ্যাল ইন্টারাকশন এবং কালচারাল ইন্টারাকশন করে একটা নতুন জিনিস শেখে, এর কিছু উত্তরও লেভ ভাইগোটস্কি দিয়েছেন। He said that every human being or everyone is born with some elementary mental function, the function of the brain will have some function or the capability. What are the capability? Number one, attention. You can attend. Everybody, you can have attention, sensation, okay, sense of taste, smelling, hearing, okay, perception, and also the memory. So every human brain will have these four kinds of ability. What are the ability? Attention, sensation, and perception, and memory. And the social and the cultural environment allow us to develop this skill. That means you have sensation, you have attention, you have memory, you have perception capability, but you remain aloof if you remain silent. If a human being remains silent or isolated in a room, if that person is not contacting with social interaction and the cultural instruction, this power will not be instigated according to Lev Vygotsky. That skill, that means power of sensation, power of perception, memory will be developed if you contact with others. So there are some benefits of Lev Vygotsky's idea. So before going to that idea, we have some earlier things, that is we can sorry, this is Lev Vygotsky, for whom we are talking so many things. So he was born in 5th November in a small Russian town called Orsi. Within the 5 years of his life, his family moved to Gomel, a city and that is what is now the independent nation of Belarusia, and about 400 miles west of Moscow. And he was the second oldest child of his parents. Okay, so Lev Semyonovich, that is another part of his name. Vygotsky ছিলেন একজন সোভিয়েত বিজ্ঞানী, তিনি এসব কাজ করেছেন, তার জন্ম এটা আমরা বলেছি কনস্ট্রাকটিভিজম। So let's make an analogy that I have said a little bit earlier. That means Jean Piaget talked about the contribution age in case of knowledge construction. Jean Piaget বলছে যে আমাদের gradually আমরা বড় হই এবং আমরা অনেক কিছু শিখি। So Jean Piaget talked about the contribution of our age and the human brain. But opposite to Jean Piaget, Vygotsky said that two crucial things instigate our capability of the brain. What are the crucial things? That is society. Yes, cultural figure. Okay, and Vygotsky's theory is called social and cultural constructivism. And so the social and cultural and language constructivism will be there. And in that case, we have given you the simple definition. You have understood what is ZPD and what is scaffolding. Okay, so what is ZPD? ZPD is the key construct of the Lev Vygotsky's theory. That is, the zone of proximal development is defined as the space between what a learner can do without the assistance and what a learner can do with adult guidance and in collaboration with more capable peers. একটু কঠিন হয়ে গেল, তাই না? There is an example. Suppose আপনি এই পর্যন্ত জানেন, everyone knows up to this, that is the symbolic projection. আপনি এইটুকু জানেন, okay? আর knowledgeable peers হচ্ছে আরেকটু, এবং এইটুকু জানেন এবং আপনি এটা করতে পারেন। মনে করেন আপনার সামনে একটা টেবিল আছে, উঁচু, ঠিক আছে? এই টেবিলে আপনি উঠতে পারছেন একা একা, ঠিক আছে? কিন্তু এরকম যদি 3টা টেবিল এই ছাদে আপনি উঠতে পারছেন না, এর জন্য আপনার কি লাগবে? একটা হেল্প লাগবে। তাহলে ওই যে ছাদ, ওটা হলো আপনি উঠতে পারছেন না, আপনার অ্যাবিলিটির বাইরে, আর এই টেবিলে আপনি উঠতে পারছেন। এই ছাদ এবং টেবিলের মধ্যে যে গ্যাপটা, এটাকে বলা হচ্ছে জোন অফ প্রক্সিমাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট। ওকে, দেন আপনি ছাদে উঠতে চান, তাহলে ছাদে উঠতে হলে কি লাগবে? আপনার একটা লেডার লাগবে, একটা মই লাগবে। যখন আপনি লেডারটা নিয়ে আসলেন, এই লেডারের সাহায্যে আপনি কোথায় উঠলেন? এই লেডারটা হলো স্ক্যাফোল্ডিং। ওকে, okay, have you got the impression? So that is the space between what a learner can do without any assistant, অন্যের সাহায্য ছাড়া একটা লার্নার যেটা করতে পারছে, and what a learner can do with the adult guidance. Adult guidance এখানে কি? ladder. Okay, so that is the zone of proximal development. So if you want to put the definition in such a way, then you have to say that zone of proximal development is that what a learner, is the space what a learner can do without others' help, and what a learner can do with the help of others. So, and that space is called zone of proximal development. And a more knowledgeable peers can enhance the students' learning and guiding them through a task slightly above their ability level. All student becomes more competent, and the accept gradually stops helping until the student can perform the skill by themselves. Okay, so that is the proximal development, the student's potential development, and the role of the interaction with others. So we have said this, and then Vygotsky. What is the definition of Vygotsky's scaffolding? Scaffolding is a theory that focuses on a student's ability to learn information through the help of the more informed individual. That is the scaffolding, and that is teachers, student, or some other your peers, your friend. He defined as the role of the teachers and the others is in supporting the learner's development and providing support structure to get to that next level or stage. That is the scaffolding. The more knowledgeable peers will be the scaffolding. Okay, so let's jump to the benefits of this theory. What is the benefits of this theory? That is Vygotsky's idea most recognized for identifying the role of social interaction and also the cultural play in the development of higher order thinking skill. So what did he say? That is, he said that the social and the cultural instruction will help us to learn more. That is the concept that আমরা অনেক সময় বাচ্চাদেরকে বিভিন্ন জায়গায় নিয়ে যাই না, বেড়াতে নিয়ে যাই না, হ্যাঁ, মনে করি যে অনেক সমস্যা আছে, কিন্তু বাচ্চাদেরকে অন্য জায়গাগুলো নিয়ে গেলে তাদের কি সোশ্যাল ইন্টারাকশন হয় অ্যান্ড দ্য কালচারাল ইনস্ট্রাকশন হয়। এবং এই থিওরিটা পড়ার পরেই আমরা ওই জিনিসটা বুঝতে পারলাম যে আসলে মানুষের এবং লার্নারদের থিঙ্কিং অ্যাবিলিটিটা বাড়বে যদি আমরা সোশ্যাল এবং কালচারাল ইনস্ট্রাকশন করি। সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য বেনিফিট অফ Lev Vygotsky's social and cultural theories, constructivism. It is especially valuable for the insight it provides about the dynamics, interdependence between individual and the social process. Interdependence. So an individual will be living in a society. আমরা সমাজে কেন বাস করব? আমি নিজে চাকরি করি, আমার সব কিছু আছে, ওকে, বাট সোসাইটিরও একটা ভূমিকা আছে। ওকে, সো দিস থিওরি অলসো প্রেসক্রাইবস দ্য importance of society. Okay, so you live in a society, through the social interaction you can learn so many things. Okay, so and that is the beneficial benefits of Vygotsky's theory. So Vygotsky's theory, how you can apply in the Vygotsky's theory in the classroom. No is student ZPD. It is a positive side and also a negative side. How can you understand? So it is very important to understand every learner's ZPD. ওরা কতটুকু জানে. Okay. After getting that, in order to use the ZPD and scaffolding technique successful, it is critical to know your student current level of knowledge. Okay. Encourage group work. Okay. That means whenever you will know যে আপনার বন্ধুর সাথে কথা বলতে হবে এবং কথা বলার মাঝে আপনি অনেক কিছু শিখতে পারবেন, তখন what teacher will do, if you become a teacher after completing masters, then what you will do, you will encourage group interaction. What would be there? Okay. And also don't offer too much help. Everything will be done. My professor said, this is your dissertation. I have done my dissertation much earlier, so do it. So if you write a dissertation for others, so that would be the much help. You have to show the way, then you have to do it. Don't offer too much help. Have a student think aloud. Think aloud. You have it about okay. That means you will try to inspire the students. Okay. That means your brain have the thinking capability. Your brain have the innovative capability. সবার ব্রেনের মধ্যে সেটা আছে এবং এজন্য the teacher will encourage every student to use their creative thinking or creative power and try to apply their creative power. And there are some limitations, of course, this theory. Vygotsky's theory highlighting the role of social and the cultural process in cognitive development. That is the limitation. Also, in which way? That means he didn't consider the function of our brain. Just like behaviorist theory and innatist theory. In case of behaviorism, we have got that behavior will help us to everything. But in case of innatism, Chomsky said that yes, no behavior. Actually, our brain and mind is enough. So, behaviorist theory is opposite to innatist theory. In the same way, Jean Piaget's theory is opposite to Lev Vygotsky's social theory. Because Lev Vygotsky has said about the cultural social interaction, but Jean Piaget said it's about our mind or brain or the human mind. Vygotsky didn't detail the cognitive process underlying the development changes. Okay. So he said, our ZPD will gradually be changes, but he didn't say it as the Richter scale in which way we can understand their ZPD is improving or not. One thing is he said that is the reflective process, so we can admit that yes, there are some. So the major limitation of Vygotsky's idea is that is mostly ideas. He died before he could expand his ideas. Actually, that is another one. Actually, this was the theory, and after that theory, actually we have got another theory in your class. No, in another class. Dog experiment, dog schema, behaviorist theory. Okay, so that was the theory test, but in this theory that is not test. এখানে theory করে নাই, theoryটা test করে নাই. That is also one of the limitations of Vygotsky's theory. Okay, so the criticism of Vygotsky's theory is that it doesn't account for the slower rate of cognitive growth and the social in some children. Okay, so আপনি বলছেন যে yes, according to Lev Vygotsky's theory, I am getting social interaction, I am getting cultural interaction, still I am not improving. Okay, so some brain actually we can give it in a different way. কেউ হচ্ছে ফাস্ট রিডার, একটা জিনিস তাকে দেওয়ার জন্য সে খুব তাড়াতাড়ি বুঝে যায়, আর একই জিনিস একই রিডিং মেটেরিয়ালস একই জায়গায় বসে বলছে, কেউ হয়তো বা একটু পরে বোঝে। ওকে, কেন হয় তাহলে? কারণ একই সোশ্যাল ইন্টারাকশন, ইউ আর গেটিং টিচিং ফ্রম দ্য সেম ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ ইনস্ট্রাক্টর। আপনি তো একই ইনস্ট্রাক্টরের কাছে শিক্ষা নিচ্ছেন, কেউ তাড়াতাড়ি বুঝতে পারছেন, কেউ তাড়াতাড়ি বুঝতে পারছেন না। হোয়াট ইজ দ্য প্রসেস? অফকোর্স there is a process of human brain. That means after getting same kind of introduction, some human's brain is slow and some human brains are fast in understanding or in creating innovative development. Okay, so that is not answered in case of Lev Vygotsky's theory of social and cultural constructivism. So both genetics and the passive experience are thought to play some role as well. Okay, so we have to admit that in case of social construction, we have to consider the both theories and practice. Okay, and